Legend has it that there were 5 poets in ancient Inazuma who were supremely gifted in singing and writing poetry. They are known as the 5 Kaisen. Every year, one of the 5 would present a collection of the group's poems to the shogun for review, which would then spark culture discussions regarding those works. Thanks to them, Inazuma's culture blossomed and gained great influence at that time. As time passed, people began creating various tales based on the 5 Kaisen. The Iridori Festival was also developed as a result to show appreciation for their works, which so greatly enriched our lives.
Sounds like a festival that's really rooted in culture.
Indeed. To describe it in the words of the ancients, it'd be refined elegance. Unfortunately, with the flow of time, people have gradually forgotten about the 5 Kaisen and the festival. Which is precisely why I've decided to revive the Iridori Festival by holding a cultural convention featuring light novels.
But, wait a minute! Light novels?
Ai, caramba. Cadê a elegância refinada que você acabou de dizer?
Please stop looking at me with those baffled expressions. In ancient times, poetry was all the rage, but nowadays, the entertainment format of choice is light novels. The important thing is not the format, but the creative work itself. It is impossible to come up with anything fresh if you're stuck using some rigid format of the past. Speaking of which, don't you think that the concept of focusing on the now perfectly suits the current Inazuma? And besides, it's a great opportunity to reintroduce Inazuma to all Teyvat through light novels. As they say, it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Nossa, mano. Isso, monte de justificações dissimuladas.
Whoa, that was close. Paimon was nearly carried away by Miko's persuasive tongue. Come on, Miko! You can't fool us. We know you by now. This is all definitely stemming from your own personal interests.
I can't deny that my hobbies had no part to play in this. However, regardless of whether it's light novels or a festival, catching people's attention with a fresh concept is the essence here. Well, what do you say? Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
Maybe a little. Oh, all right. Paimon's super curious now.
Come, let's pay a visit to the venue in Rito together. I promise that it will give you a whole new perspective on the festival. There we'll meet a special someone who will tell you more about your tasks.
Uma pessoa especial. Quem será? Vá para o lugar do festival. Irodori em Ritou. Nossa, mas é em Ritou? É verdade. É verdade, a verdade é absoluta. Vamos lá.
During the Iridori Festival, the area around the Outlander Affairs Agency will become the main exhibition space for light novels. Once things are in full swing, not only will there be lots of official and fan-created work on display, there'll also be exclusive giveaways, prizes, and new release parties. This small plaza in front of the International Trade Association will be called the 5 Kaisen Plaza during the festival, and nearby shops will be selling special light novel merchandise. You certainly won't want to miss out.
Wow. How should Paimon put this? It's definitely not your typical festival, but it sure looks like it'll be quite the party.
Sim, é como paraíso de light novels.
Miko, what are these blank boards in the center of the plaza?
Yes, those are...
Elas são...
Lady I did mention that there would be some reliable helpers coming to assist with the festivities. It appears she meant you two. At last we meet again, Traveler and Paimon. Tell me, how are you faring recently?
Kamisato Ayato, pilar da fortaleza. O jovem promissor líder da comissão Yashiro e chefe do clã Kamisato é gentil e educado, e muito hábil em lidar com tudo. Pela sua aparência parece um sujeito elegante e pé no chão que não gosta de aparições públicas ou de se exibir. Mas aqueles que o conhecem sabem que nunca devem subestimá-lo. Quando o antigo comissário estava seriamente doente, foi ele que estabilizou a situação do clã Kamisato. Sua posição atual não poderia ter sido assegurada sem genialidade ou habilidades extraordinárias. Por isso sempre é bom estar atento ao seu sorriso imaculado. Olá.
Oh, it's Ayato! Wow, so even a busy guy like yourself is here to attend the Iridori Festival.
Preparing festivals falls under the Yashiro Commission's scope of responsibilities. Seeing as Lady Ai has poured her heart and soul into the preparations, I'm obliged to be equally dedicated.
Come now, Ayato. We're not strangers here. There's no need to sound so formal. We were just about to discuss the boards over here. They're related to our little helper's tasks, so I'll let you give them a detailed rundown.
Certainly. I assume you two already know that the Iridori Festival originated from the 5 Kaisen. These 5 boards are here for painting their portraits. This Iridori Festival is not only the first major festival to be held in Inazuma since the lifting of the Sakoku decree, it is also an event deeply rooted in culture and the arts. Therefore, the Yashiro Commission has personally invited several cultural celebrities from other nations. For example, the artist we have invited to paint these portraits hails from the distant land of Mondstadt. The Yashiro Commission will arrange accommodations and food in Inazuma for each of the distinguished guests. However, we fear that staying in a foreign land may feel a little uncomfortable, which is precisely why it would be ideal to have someone familiar with both Inazuma and other nations of Teyvat to serve as a guide for our guests.
Ah, então essa é a nossa missão.
I knew you would catch on. It is our hope that you would be able to guide the guests from the harbor to their residence at the International Trade Association, while providing any necessary assistance along the way. This arrival schedule includes the details of the ships on which the guests will be arriving. All you simply have to do is go to the docks at the indicated times.
Tá, 2 dias antes do festival. Informações sobre o navio e convidados. Grande navio de passageiros Bardos de Mondstadt, pintor Carls e dependente horário da chegada estipulado 8 horas. Segundo dia do festival. Informações sobre o navio e convidados. Grande navio de passageiros Calígrafo de Liyue, pintor, jogadores de teatro mecânicos e autor Zenyu. E o terceiro dia do festival, informações sobre o navio e convidados. Grande navio de passageiros só fará breve parada, uma pessoa. Horário de chegada estipulado a 9 horas. Dia seguinte ao evento de lançamento, informações sobre o navio e convidados. Pequeno navio de passageiro, 2 pessoas. Interessante. Então isso aqui são o pessoal que vai vir pra Inazuma.
It's settled then. My, look at the time. I have to meet with my editors, so I must be going now.
Então parece que teremos bastante convidados aqui em Inazuma. Pelo visto, vai acontecer bastante coisa aqui.